You back to Black Site tonight. We're going to talk about Obama faces backlash over Tulsa survivor last statement. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. The last Tulsa massacre survivor, Viola Ford Davis, has finally passed at 111. But that clown, President Obama, had the audacity to make a statement after she died. He could have made a statement by giving this woman, her relatives, and those who perished in the Tulsa massacre reparations. But Oklahoma, the United States government, have either given reparations to this woman, her family, and the other thousands who died during that massacre reparations. Obama, when he left the office on his last couple of days, he gave the small hats, the Jews, for the Holocaust reparations for the United States government, and we didn't have anything to do with the Holocaust. But he know history. His family, Michelle, knows history. That you couldn't find a way. A government who spends trillions of dollars and billions of dollars on illegal migrants, you couldn't give a dollar to this woman, her family, her relatives, and all those families who lost generational wealth, money for that massacre. We're just not talking about that. We're talking about Rosewood. We're talking about Wilmington. We're talking about so many other massacres that went on across America to where the states were never held accountable by the government or the court system. And there has not been any reciprocity or reparations to the people who rightfully deserve it. We were promised 40 acres and a mule when we were released from slavery. We didn't receive it. We got our homes burned down. We had our land stolen. We had redlining. And we had segregation. And we will still have received nothing. This government, all they can say is that we'll give you a holiday. We'll sign a proclamation. And we'll give you a day of mourning for Viola Ford Fletcher. But she doesn't deserve, she deserves more. Her family deserves more. And to have a so-called black president, this tether Obama in the White House, who has no feelings towards us because his mother is white, his daddy is African. To believe that we don't deserve anything from this government, from the way they have treated us as indigenous people. Some of us may be slaves for 400 years, 4 centuries. We still haven't received anything. And to watch this woman die tells you the heartlessness and the cruelness of the people we dealing with. And to have this tether Obama so-called write a statement to make sure he has something to say when he shouldn't have said nothing. You was president for 8 years. You had an opportunity to do something for your own people. And that tells you this is why we have to delineate from people like Obama, these Caribbeans, these Africans. And when it comes down all to it, they could care less about those who fought for them to get here. His father wouldn't have been able to get here, to have him as a child, if it wasn't because of FBAs and ADOSs. But look what we get when we put a black man in the White House. We got absolutely nothing but Obamacare, and the premiums are skyrocketing right now. This woman lived 111 years. And you know what they're saying back in Tulsa? I'm glad she's gone. I'm telling you the crack. He said, I'm glad she's gone. We don't have to deal with them anymore. It's a damn shame that the court system lets them get around. But if the small hats, if the Native Americans, if the Asians all can get justice, but the only people who can't get justice for being put in bondage and building America for 400 years is foundational Black Americans. And to see somebody like Professor Smalls out here right now caping for Pan Africanism, because what did that do for us? Did they fight for us to get reparations? Did they fight for us to return back home, so called home, because our home is already here? Okay, we're already here. We don't need to go back to Africa. But I'm telling you right now that it's sad to watch this woman wait, wait, and receive nothing. She has stories to tell. She's a witness to the crime. And when you have a witness to the crime, that means either the state, the federal government is found guilty, and there is payments to those who receive the punishment. And she received nothing but a damn statement. When you could have did something, you could have wrote a check out. You was in control of the federal government. You could have put your attorney general on Oklahoma and tried to get something. Well, all you cared about is what was you going to get when you left office. You and Michelle, how many millions that you were going to make. And you didn't want to get those who are actually in power angry with you. Remember, they told you you could be president, you could fight for everybody, but you bet not fight for FBAs and ADOSs. And he stood true to his word. He didn't fight for us. Hell, he couldn't even get the water right in Flint, Michigan. Fake that and said, oh, the water is good and good. No, it wasn't. Didn't do nothing when young black men were being shot. He was just a flat out coon. And when you look back at it, those 8 years set us back. They didn't set us forward. All it did was give us an image while white supremacy went on. And we see the true nature of who white people is after Viola Davis. They don't want to pay us. They don't believe they should pay us. To us, you should be glad that you were here for 400 years, a slave, put into segregation, land stolen. It's a damn shame that a black man couldn't get us what we so rightfully deserve. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.